What's happening? It's Podcast Unlocked, IGN's Xbox 360 podcast. I'm Ryan McCaffrey. We're back on the air, joined by Mitch Dyer.
It's about time, Ryan McCaffrey.
Isn't it?
It's been long enough.
If maybe you hadn't been traveling halfway around the globe logging frequent flyer miles.
Yeah, I've been out and about.
And as have I, although I've been going a much shorter distance to 343 twice in the last month.
What do they do?
I've
never heard of them.
Hey, I'm working.
Yeah, I kept going to 343.
So those, if you've seen on IGN, the multiplayer map tours, we're doing developer-narrated map tours with all 10 levels. So I went up for 2 days to film all those, and might have snuck in a few rounds of the game, too.
Ooh la la. Every Tuesday, Thursday on IGN.com.
Yes, every Tuesday and Thursday we're posting them up. As we record today, we've just posted number 4. Week 2 is now complete, so check those out. And we've just had a lot going on. Destin, you've been super busy with working on some major video content for another one of the big fall releases. So
yeah,
schedules get in the way sometimes.
I feel very busy.
Video games are happening now.
Yeah,
it's true. It's that time of year. It's a great time of year. So we'll do our best to adhere to our usual weekly schedule from here on out. In fact, next week we've got an interview all lined up, ready to go for you guys with Kynan Pearson, the Halo 4 multiplayer lead designer.
Nice.
Recorded it Lead map designer, yes. Kevin Franklin is the actual multiplayer lead designer. So yeah, Kynan, I chatted with him while I was up at 343 doing those map tour things. So just have to edit that interview into a consumable form, and I'll try and get it up on next week's show.
My chair is very creaky. I'm sorry.
It is.
Yeah, come on. Come on, Mitch.
It's moving around. This is a different chair.
It's not even a rocking chair. It's like just a normal office chair.
Office chair.
Squeaking like a mofo.
Someone just decided it was a rocking chair, though. Look at it go. It goes all the way back.
I'm waiting for you to fall backwards, tumble through the
window,
glass,
yeah.
and lie in a bloody heap of
It'd be the
human.
saddest unlocked ever.
I would enjoy this.
And at least we would get it on film.
We would.
We're actually capturing. Destin's got a 2-camera, well-lit shoot going on.
Unlocked is going pro.
For those of you who are watching this on YouTube, it's like...
Well, we had 3 weeks, and people responded to just watching us as opposed to the gameplay stuff. So I'm like, well, just film it and see what they think about this.
Well,
you don't want a raw video file of us just sitting here. I promise. We don't do anything exciting.
Well, we'll see what they think.
I am inspirational in the sense that if you actually see my face doing this on YouTube, you're like, if that loser can be doing a podcast on IGN, I can do anything. That's
how dreams are born.
Yeah, I'm out there to inspire
people.
So it's 10/11/12 today, October 11th, 2012.
Those numbers actually add 1 each time. It's sequential.
It
is.
It's
like 10 comes before 11 and 11 before 12.
Isn't that strange?
Mind-blowing stuff?
It's really interesting.
So
right?
yeah, I'm sure there's some sort of weird superstition or cult-like fascination somewhere on the globe.
It's the day we all get the antidote.
To what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess for
the
what
poison you just drank.
We're only going to get this. This will only happen 2 more times in our lifetime.
2012?
Yeah, it'll be
11, 12,
12, 13, and 12, 13, 14. But then obviously there's only 12 months in a year. So unless we invent another month between now.
Unless in Europe they switch the date.
That's true.
So yeah, we're not done.
We're just like, oh, that's a good system because it's fun to do this.
So they'll get that 12 times a year.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what else? So while we've been away, or rather not away, and also just not on the
we've been lazy.
Yeah.
We've been very busy.
Yeah,
it's been the opposite of lazy.
Yeah.
Some of my Twitter followers would think that it's laziness, but
it's fine. They don't listen anymore.
Yeah, they're unsubscribed. It's great. Yeah, so Dishonored and XCOM are out this week, 2 of the big releases. We'll cover those in Wallet Unlocked. But the big one we missed, guys, was Resident Evil 6. Now, have either of you played it yet?
No.
Little bit. See, I've only played the demo.
That's the little bit.
Yeah.
I have seen people play. I have watched that game for probably a couple hours total.
I have to play Resident Evil 6 and Dishonored still. And XCOM.
Yeah, I'll throw it on the list.
Well, you can prioritize 2 out of those 3.
Let's say here's the power of word of mouth, because
the one I'm working on.
I'm hearing nothing but disappointing things about Resident Evil 6, and now I'm at the point where I'm like, well, we're in such a
7.9 IGN.com.
We are in such a glorious holiday era of games that I don't even have to try to make time to play a game that's disappointing like that when there's
It's not
Dishonored and
amazing.
XCOM.
Moving
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, sorry. You didn't make the cut.
Dude, it got a 7.9. I'm not even going to waste my time. And I'm joking about review scores
Yes.
there because that's actually a pretty good score.
It is.
But
It is.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's Mitch is right though. For real, it's not.
It's
good
below
enough.
an
Yeah.
8. I'm out.
I think that
It's
that
not
game is
good
not
enough.
a 7.9 for me.
It's not good enough for this time of year. Put it
Is it
that
a
way.
neon?
Sure.
Is it a Double Dragon neon?
A few things are, Destin. Ninja Gaiden 3 is a Double Dragon Neon.
Well, it's like I just reviewed another
Severe scale.
another game that's out this week that you can read the review of or watch the video review of on IGN is Fable: The Journey for our of course Xbox listeners. That is one of the two big Connect games this holiday, along with Dance Central 3, which Mitch you'll have a reviews
Reviews next week.
Monday
at 6 a.m.
6 a.m. What a weird time.
I know.
It's
I'm
like-
not going to be awake.
No, it's almost as if the creators of Dance Central 3 are on the East Coast, and so it's 9 a.m. for them.
How about that?
Strange. Huh?
Mystery solved.
But yeah, I gave a 7.2 to Fable.
What?
Spoiler! And, I read the review if you're curious about the game at all. But
It's like you hate every game.
it's true, though. It's like, it's one of those games where I think you guys as fellow critics doing this can sympathize, especially it's one of those games where it's a 7, it's not a great 9
Sure.
level game, but it's one of those games where it's a 7 but you love it. It's like a 7 that you just totally play through and really enjoy.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Fable: The Journey was.
I've played
for me.
games that are like 5s, maybe even 4s, that I'm like, I love it anyway.
Yeah.
Like Earth Defense Force 2017.
Oh, yeah.
What an incredible bad game.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, check out Fable, but it's one of those things where this holiday, if I hadn't reviewed it, there's no way it would have made
Yeah.
my personal cut.
Right, like
Yeah.
I would like to play it, and your review made me want to play it, but I just, where's it going to fit?
Yeah.
When am I going to have the time?
Sorry, Microsoft. That's one less first party sale for you.
Did
Yeah.
I mention how much everybody should play Borderlands 2 while we're on the topic of good games?
Here we go
I
again.
really love that game.
Destin hasn't been allowed to
Yeah.
talk about
Yeah.
it on the podcast.
The fire is still burning inside
Yeah.
Destin.
I'm playing
3
a
weeks
new
later.
game and dreaming of playing Borderlands 2 again.
Necromancer coming soon.
It's
out now. It's
out.
the
Yeah, they
Pirate
released it
Pirate
early.
Booty DLC is coming
Pirate
soon.
Booty is Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
So you got your season pass, Destin? You're all set?
I'm gonna get it. Like
Good.
I always wait till the DLC comes and you pick it up.
Yeah.
So
Why not?
So you know it, like, yeah, I'm not gonna give them my money just in case
Yeah.
they don't do it.
yeah.
All right.
Well,
quick-
you can get a season pass and save yourself $10 because you get 4 pieces of content like that. Or if you're feeling overburdened by money, as Marcus would say, just give it to them. Just give them their $10.
Uh-huh.
however you want to do it. All right, short break. We'll discuss the biggest news stories of the last week or two right after this.
IGN's Xbox 360 podcast, the podcast Unlocked presents the News Unlocked!
All right, let's see what news we've missed out on in the last week or two.
It's a lot of big stuff.
The first one, the one I want to start with, hit about a week or so ago, and that was the very unexpected departure of a one Clifford Bleszinski from Epic Games. Didn't say, hey, I'm going to a new studio, I'm starting my own thing.
Right.
It's just like, I'm
I'm done.
I'm gone.
No, thank you, sir. I am gonna go away.
And
I got the impression like he's done with games.
I think he's gonna do okay.
Yeah.
yeah, something tells me that he's got Unreal money
Yeah.
lining his pockets. I mean,
Get it? Because it's the engine name in the game.
Hey-oh.
We're
Puns.
very highbrow with our comedy here on Podcast Unlocked.
It's almost as if we wrote that, except we didn't.
I mean,
We really didn't.
No, we
Actually,
didn't.
It's not on the sheet.
It's not. I half expected it to be that when you mentioned it.
But yeah,
You have a conspiracy theory.
I do. We'll get to
That's
that in
on
a
the
minute.
sheet. Okay.
But yeah, the post on their website was very vague.
Right,
It
it
was
was-
just sort of like, hey, thanks, Cliff. Blah blah blah.
We appreciate your efforts these past 20 years.
There was
Good luck.
no explanation
Right.
as to why he did this or what he might be up to. So yeah, Mitch, what do you actually think he is going to walk into the sunset?
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason he couldn't come back, but for the time being, the impression I get is that for a good long time, like, he is taking a substantial step away from the video game development scene. It sounds like, I don't know, maybe he wants to start a family, maybe he wants to just do something else, maybe he just wants to take another sabbatical. I know he took one last year that was lengthy and work-related.
Well, he got married, so
Yep.
maybe he's just ready to
Right.
kind of move on to something more serious
Yeah.
or spend his $1 billion.
Well, the way he phrased it in that blog post on EpicGames.com was interesting because he said, like, I've been doing this since I was 18 years old, or maybe even younger. He's been doing it for 20 years. He's been at Epic doing Unreal and doing Gears and doing all this stuff. And he says, now it's time for me to grow up. And like, which is a weird, like, almost backhanded.
Yeah, what about the
slight-
rest of us?
Right.
Yeah.
It's just such a weird way to phrase video game development. Like, it's
How old is he?
almost bitter.
I believe
He's in his
35.
Midlife crisis.
Well, he's already
Sorry,
got
Bleszinski.
he's already got the Lamborghini. He's had that for a while. So,
Right.
Well, the other thing too, is he wouldn't be doing this if he lived here in San Francisco because it's way cheaper to live in North Carolina.
Yeah. Sure.
Like that Unreal money would not be going nearly as far if you were in the development community out here. I wonder if there's secret resentment amongst other developers. Like, God, they're in North Carolina. He can just cash out.
LucasArts is like,
Damn it.
no, why?
Screw that guy.
We're stuck here in Richmond.
But no, my conspiracy theory,
Which
is,
I'm on your side about completely. Even after I was like, well, I think he's doing this. You said, well, here's what I think. And I said, oh, that's obviously what happened.
So what I think, because what ultimately is always the deciding factor, money,
Cash
right?
money, son.
So what I think is going on is that we've got a new console coming up, even if Microsoft won't admit it just yet. I think Microsoft backed up the Brinks truck, made a deal with Epic that says, okay, we want another 10 years. You know, they've already locked in 343 with, they've got another decade of Halo
Right.
coming.
4, 5,
I think,
and 6.
Yep. I think they've got the same deal with Epic. They're doing another decade's worth of Gears of War on the next Xbox system. And so that's what Epic sort of committed to. And I think, because Cliff he had been saying he wanted to kind of go off on that last sabbatical and
Right.
think about his new thing, his next thing. And I think they signed a
Microsoft
deal.
squashed it.
Yeah, and they said, okay, well, Epic said, all right, we signed a deal with Microsoft to do another decade of Gears. And Cliff went, fine, forget it. I'm
Tapping out.
out. I'm gone. That's what I think happened.
So in August, 3 of the guys from People Can Fly, the 3 founders of People Can
Became
Fly,
astronauts.
became astronauts. They founded a new studio this week called the Astronauts.
I read that story very incorrectly.
They're now an independent developer. They're starting a new studio to work on Unreal games, but we don't know for what. But that happened at the same time Epic acquired them. Now, there's no reason to think that the buyout was the reason they left, but there's no reason to say that Microsoft made that deal with Epic. If we assume that's true, there's no reason that they couldn't have left for similar reasons. To say like, well, we're really proud of what we've done with Judgment, but we don't want to be stuck doing this for the next decade. So we're done too.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps Mitch, the conspiracy extends even wider, where it's going to be 5 Gears games, one every 2 years, alternating between
Halo and Gears, Halo and Gears.
between People Can Fly's Gears spin-off game and Epic's mainline Gears game.
Could be.
It might just be a Gears of War factory over there for all we know. Because it's true that the last Unreal game, Unreal Tournament 3, which did come out for PS3 and Xbox and PC, of course, it didn't sell that great.
No,
it didn't do that great. So maybe Epic's
What? Which one?
Unreal 3.
Unreal Tournament.
Oh,
3.
okay.
Maybe Epic, sees that and goes, well, Gears of War is our moneymaker. If Microsoft wants to sign a deal, let's take the deal.
Sure.
That game did have the gravity hammer, one of the best weapons ever.
No, that was Halo
That's
3.
Halo.
No, not the gravity hammer. The torque. The hammer. What was it called? You'd like pump it up and then you run into something and you turn into giblets.
I didn't play Unreal
Oh,
Tournament 3
man.
because it looked really dumb.
It had good weapons.
Unreal's always had good weapons,
Yeah.
for sure.
I played it a
going
little
back
bit.
to
It
the
was fun.
flak cannon from the original.
Yeah.
The
Well, yeah,
original
the flat
game.
cannon too.
I
gotta look
the
up
goo
the name.
gun, the bio rifle. It's
Yeah,
good times.
that was super fun in Unreal 3 as well.
So that's what I think about Cliff. And
I think you're onto something here.
someone tweeted me, was like, "Hey, Ryan, you should get an interview with Cliff." And I was like, "Well,
Impact hammer.
I can. There you
That's
go.
what it was called.
I can ask
Destin's on the
Yeah.
case.
the Crack Podcast Unlocked news team.
This just in.
Yeah.
Impact Hammer.
Yeah, so I can always ask for a Cliff interview, which I'm sure everybody is doing.
Sure.
But he's probably
He doesn't have PR
he's probably
representatives
driving
anymore.
fingers out the window of his
Yeah.
Lamborghini, flipping the bird like, "See ya, no
Yeah.
more interviews. I'm out of here." So
I have
there's
to blur that out. Thanks a lot.
You do?
No,
It's
just
YouTube.
kidding.
Yeah, we can put anything we want up there, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Next up, Mitchell. You've
Hi.
been on this story today
We've been chasing it.
What's going on?
Been
What's
chasing
going
in
on?
hot details.
with Rockstar.
So today, Rockstar, there was a bit of a leak yesterday. It became official today. Rockstar is releasing a Rockstar Games Collection, Edition 1, in the first week of November. On November 6th, oddly enough, the same day Halo comes out.
Yeah.
Maybe sending that package to Die. But the package itself is phenomenal. It's an amazing $60 collection, like as good as the orange box. Regardless of what you think about which, well, I was getting flack on Twitter today for saying it's like one of the best collections since the orange box, and people flipped out like, no, Portal's so much better than anything Rockstar's been.
That was 2007, people. It's okay
Right.
to
Like
move on.
other things.
So
Yeah.
within this collection, there is the GTA episodes from Liberty City.
But not GTA 4
Not GTA
itself.
4. Yes, it's the episodes. It is Ballad of Gay Tony and The Lost and Damned. In addition, there is LA Noire, there is Red Dead Redemption, and Midnight Club Los Angeles. That's the 360
The complete.
version. The complete, yeah. So,
Yeah. So-
the way it breaks down is Midnight Club Los Angeles is the entire game.
Yeah.
And all of the add-on content, everything Midnight Club Los Angeles. I think it was great, by the way. I totally thought it came out on PS2 and scared the PR guy because I had convinced him that he thought it was on PS2 as well.
There were cars in that game.
There were.
There were some cars.
So this is a lot of games. This is $60.
That's a lot of
for 4
discs.
games. It's a lot of discs, Ryan. So this is the way it breaks down. On the Xbox 360, it will be 6 discs: 3 for LA Noire, 1 for Red Dead, 1 for Midnight Club, and 1 for episodes from Liberty City.
Wow.
That's a lot of discs. How are they going to bundle that? Is it just going to be in like one DVD case, like this thick? Is it going to be 6 DVDs on one?
It'll
like,
come on one
wrapped
of those,
in duct tape?
yeah, a little spindle, one of those
Right,
old
yeah,
spindles.
yeah.
It's gonna come in a Ninja Turtles turtle van.
Yes.
Like the Ninja Turtles.
That's the new
DVD
craze.
collection.
It's just bundling
Yeah.
in a fake van. I love it.
Fake Ninja Turtle vans. Has nothing to do with Rockstar, but
So on a related note, it's 4 discs on PS3 because of Blu-ray.
Really?
Yes.
Only, I mean, I should
But that's
say-
because LA Noire was on 1 disc as opposed to 3.
Oh, okay, that makes sense now.
it should be noted that on the box art it says IGN's editor. All these are IGN's editor's choice.
Indeed.
Which, by
Indeed
the way,
it
we had
does.
nothing to do with that.
No, that was
a
like-
surprise to
Yeah,
us.
we saw it. We were like, yeah.
Hey, our name's on the front of that.
Yeah,
Quotes on the back, all sorts of good stuff up there.
I'm gonna use another Daily Fix joke I used, but I said, "Thank God we don't have a Don't Buy This Crap award at IGN." And somebody made a bundle of that. It'd be like X-Men Destiny,
Oh,
Double
my
Dragon
God.
Neon, and Ninja Gaiden Sigma 3.
Make it stop. Yeah, I mean that's a
Makes less
fantastic
sense 'cause
bundle.
they're not the same
That's $60 for 4 games, all of which are, IGN Editor's Choice. They are fantastic games.
Oh yeah, Red Dead being my favorite, like on the whole list.
Mine too, far and away. Like second to Far Cry 2, that's my favorite game of this generation.
It's like
easily.
look at it this way: you get Red Dead and some bonus content.
You get Red Dead and
No,
some
no,
other stuff for
yeah.
$60. Pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a good way to get LA Noire out there a little bit more too, because
Yeah.
I really love that game. Ultimately, for me, it didn't quite end up being, it didn't quite fulfill all of its potential. But
Right.
it is one of my favorite games of the generation because it does something very unique, very new, and gosh, you just the conversation stuff and the facial tech, the facial animation
incredible.
is amazing.
I feel bad for my dad who played through LA Noire and was like, wow, Rockstar makes pretty good games. I'm going to try out this Red Dead thing, and played through it and loved it. He's like, I'm going to try this GTA thing. It's awesome. I'm going to play through the episode. And like he just finished.
What have you done, Mitchell?
Yeah, I know. So now he's finished all of these games and is now, here's the bundle for $60. Sorry, you bought all of these games already.
Oh well.
So that's edition 1. We don't know what's in edition 2, but we did a feature
yeah.
today at IGN.com speculating what might be in there. Go check that out.
Please do. Not that it's that hard to
No,
guess.
there it's what we can. What's left? It's everything else. That's the answer.
All right. So
Max Payne.
speaking of collections, nice segue.
Good,
right?
not bad.
Subtle.
All right.
Well played. ToeJam and Earl, one of my favorite Sega Genesis games.
Oh yeah.
ToeJam. Rap.
I never played those games.
Well, you're.
I'm an infant.
I know. I'm tired of feeling old around you.
So,
I'm 32 years old, but
it's-
there's like a whole window of.
It's not that I'm a child.
games.
It's that I had a Super Nintendo. I had the superior console.
Are we really going to do this 20 years
We're
after
gonna
the
throw
fact?
down.
No,
Gauntlet thrown.
Hey, I had a Genesis.
I'm on his side, so we're just gonna beat the crap out
But
of
see,
you
I
guys.
had a Genesis for a while.
Like school all over again.
I had a Genesis for a while, traded it in, and got a Super NES.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I always loved both. I never had more than one console at a time, but I did have them both just at different times. And yeah, no, they're both. God, 16-bit era was so great. There were so many good games, including ToeJam and Earl. Yes. So
All right.
ToeJam and Earl 1 and 2 are being ported over to Live Arcade. Interestingly, you have to buy them both. It's a $10 bundle. On PSN, if you have a PS3, you can buy them individually for $5.
PSN's very good about that.
Yeah, which is cool. But so I don't.
Sort it out, XBLA.
Not quite sure what the deal is here, but even still, $10 for ToeJam and Earl 1 and 2.
Yeah.
With online co-op, I might add, totally worth it.
That's
totally
such an
buying
amazing
that.
feature to add to old games. The idea that like a Genesis game could have online co-op kind of just breaks my brain a little bit.
I can get achievements 20 years later for one of my favorite Genesis games. How great is that?
Not bad.
I hope they don't change anything, because once in a while with those older games, they'll change. They'll
No, these
they'll
are-
take out a song.
I
and,
don't think so,
Yeah.
because it was all original
Music.
music.
Music was original.
Yeah, and that was, of course, music was one of the big hooks of
Yeah.
ToeJam and Earl. It was,
Right.
and it was open world before open world existed. You know, you could wander around all these different maps doing all sorts of different stuff. And I don't even know how I followed that game as a kid, because it's kind of a difficult game where there's not necessarily a lot of direction. You're just sort of left to do your own thing. But 2-player co-op. Online now with achievements. November 7th is when that's out. So the day after Halo, the Wednesday.
Oh, good. Just in time
Halo
for you
Wednesday.
to finish the campaign
Yeah.
and then get ToeJam and Earl.
Okay, forget. And no, well, you know what? Multiplayer, I
Smart
don't really
knobs.
want to do that. I think
ToeJam
I'd want
and
to play ToeJam and Earl.
You'll be getting requests from me and just be like, sorry guys, I can't play Halo 4. I got ToeJam and Earl.
anybody want to co-op through ToeJam and Earl? Like, dude, we're all playing Halo 4.
Someone mistakenly joins. What the hell, Ryan?
I thought this was a custom map variant that you'd made for Halo 4. What is this? Oh boy. NBA Live. Boy, I love this story because it's so full of spectacular
Seems like a slam dunk
Mistakes.
series to me.
Hey-o.
God.
You're not even named Nick Vargas either. We're just dropping the puns left and
You're
right.
just filling the void.
So
That hurt.
we've talked on this show before about how big a disaster EA's handling of their
Yeah.
pro NBA game is.
You
their
came
pro
away from
basketball
E3
game.
totally unimpressed.
See, here's the thing. I mean, you knew right away that it was bad, and the reality with sports with a sports game that was coming out 3 months later. Let's see, wait, June. Okay, 4 months
There you
later, is it wasn't gonna like it kind of was what it was at that
Right.
time. Like that's just sort of how sports game development works in my 10 years of observation with it. And EA finally saw the light and decided to not put it out. They canceled it again for the second time in 2 years, second time in 3 years. Although really technically third time in 3 years, they chose ahead of time not to put a game out last year.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it was the year before.
They're going to bring it back as NBA
No,
Elite.
it was 11.
Oh,
or
you mean after,
11?
yes.
Yeah, 11
Yeah.
was the total epic disaster
Right.
where it was finished. I actually reviewed it at my last job.
No way.
No, yeah. In fact, the disc probably, if I were to call up my pals there, the disc is probably still there somewhere.
Oh, man.
Like it exists
Yeah.
in our in their records.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, I guarantee I have the review written somewhere in my personal files. Like it exists. Anyway,
What did it get?
I want to say I gave it like a 5.
Oh, boy.
Like, yeah, it was. I think it was about a 5.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so yeah, it was the big disaster in 11, and then last year they just said they'd said up front we're not
Yeah,
doing
we're
it.
taking a year off.
But it was supposed to reemerge this year, and now this is happening. But what I don't get is these guys know better than we do that the next gen consoles are coming. They know the specs, they know rough dates of when to aim for. And in this case with Live, they know that NBA 2K is not only the better game, but it has a complete stranglehold on the market. Coming out this year, let's just say, if Live 13 had been really good and shipped this year, it would not have made a dent in 2K. That's just sort of
Sure.
market reality. That's where we're at with this. Why weren't they aiming for next gen, like rebuild it from scratch,
Yeah.
start from totally new code and build it for next gen? And when the playing field levels a bit, when next gen starts, I don't even know why they were even aiming for this year, and now they've just pissed away more millions of dollars this
What
year.
a disaster
Maybe
this is.
Maybe they're waiting for the next gen so they have an alley-oop into the next generation of consoles.
Judges? Meh, no.
It'll be a launch title.
We're sorry, Destin. You're gonna have to leave now.
Your shot clock is almost up. That's because I'm going to kill you.
24-second shot clock violation against Destin.
Oh boy.
So yeah, I don't get. I mean, I know I'm just a dude who writes about video games on a website. I'm not a business guy, and there are other, there are other forces at work. But boy, from all the pieces that are out there, it just really seems like a horribly managed scenario that any one of us could have probably handled better. You can't blame Peter Moore though, because he doesn't run sports anymore.
Not
He
anymore.
got bumped up the chain. So whoever the dude is that's running sports, I'd wonder what's inside his brain. I'd like to take a journey there someday. If he wants to come on this show,
Yeah.
I would love to talk
Come
about
on,
it.
let's talk about how you screwed up that
Let's
franchise.
talk about. Well, yeah, like explain yourself.
So you're bad at your job. Thoughts?
Anyway, finally, actually, no, not quite finally. Let's do
Yeah,
two more
let's-
quick stories.
Two more.
Bethesda is at it again. They're opening another new studio.
Come on. Speaking of crying over doing bad at your job, Bethesda opens Battlecry Studios. in Austin.
Dude, you almost paper cut my eyeball with that.
That would have been great. That would have
Don't
been the best
do
shot
that.
of all time.
Just blood starts squirting, just like ocular juice just starts shooting across the table at you. That's a thing, by the way.
Ocular juice.
Yeah.
It's a really great
Wow,
phrase.
you said that in unison. That was a little creepy.
It was almost.
I wish I would have said it too.
See, now
That's our moment.
We couldn't even sync that if we tried to. Like if we go 1, 2, 3,
Ocular
ocular
juice.
juice.
No,
you can't even
Not
do it
quite.
when you try.
Yeah.
Anyway, with my one good eye remaining, I will tell you about Battlecry Studios,
Here, you can follow along on your half.
All right.
which is Bethesda's new outfit in Austin, where they've recruited some. Now, Austin, for those of you that don't know, PC gamers probably know this.
He's in Texas.
Austin is a big MMO development community. Star Wars happened down there. The Star Wars before that happened down there.
Yep.
Sony Online is mostly down there. All their stuff. So a lot of MMO people. Vigil, who was making the Warhammer
that's
MMO
right.
before that got canned.
Yeah.
They're down there. Anyway, so this Battlecry Studios, they haven't actually said that they're going to be making MMOs, but it's being founded and staffed by MMO people.
Interesting.
Which leads me to speculate that we already have the Elder Scrolls Online being done at Bethesda in a new studio within the studio. So I'm thinking they're going to be doing Fallout Online since they cleared.
Right, they have the rights
Yeah,
now.
they got all the rights back to that. Am I crazy? Am I crazy here?
No,
Huh?
I think it totally makes sense, but I can just hope that Fallout looks at least like just anything interesting, unlike Elder Scrolls
I'll tell you
Online.
what, I love Elder Scrolls series. I prefer it to Fallout. I love them both,
Sure.
but I very much love Elder Scrolls more just because I love medieval fantasy role playing.
Right.
And yeah, Elder Scrolls Online just looks not appealing whatsoever.
It looks pointless. Like,
Now,
why does that exist?
I say this without having played it, so it's completely unfair. But
Right.
my initial reaction to its announcement and what they've shown is numbness. My pants do not tingle whatsoever. There's nothing.
yeah.
And that's been apparently largely the internet's reaction.
What about
at large.
Skyrim? How do you feel about Skyrim?
I love it.
Yeah.
It makes me very happy.
But the online, you're just like, nope, I'm out of here.
Yeah. But you know what? I don't know. I mean, it should be a co-op MMO game where it's maybe 3 or 4 of you operating in a larger world. Could be rad.
4 dog meats.
Yeah. Well, for Fallout Online, if that's indeed what happens. So, yeah, Bethesda continuing to expand while other studios shrink and die away.
We'll see if that ever comes to consoles.
Oh, no way. Not if. I mean, maybe next gen. But then we said MMOs would come to consoles this gen.
We sure did.
Last gen, but it didn't happen.
Next time, guys. Next time.
Yeah.
Third time's
No,
the charm.
Next gen, right? We'll see. And finally this week, hot off the presses, the September NPD sales numbers. Mitch, what's the scoop here, sales-wise, hardware, software?
Hardware and software. Well, unsurprisingly, for the 21st month in a row, the 360 was the top-selling console of the month. It just continues to just like knock it out of the park.
But it
every
was
month.
only like 220,000 units.
It's the lowest. I think it's the lowest it's been in those 21 months. But everyone else is clearly going down too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
sort of in this
End
case,
of a console cycle.
Yeah,
in this
we're winding
case,
down.
Instead of the rising tide lifts all boats, it's the sinking tide lowers all boats, I guess.
That was a fantastic metaphor.
I
Top selling game of the
tried.
month was Madden NFL 13, to nobody's surprise.
Yep.
Actually, I take that back. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be FIFA, which was third place.
But the thing is, NPD is North America, and
Right.
that's where, if it.
Well, in that case, I'm surprised that FIFA's on here at all.
Well, it's still a big game, but definitely not anywhere
Right.
near what it is internationally.
Sure, yeah. Borderlands also charted well at number 2.
And that's only with like 2 weeks of reporting time because it came out
Yeah.
on September 18th. If I
Yeah,
remember
Borderlands
correctly.
is so good.
Tell me more.
That's why it's second place.
These sales also, keep in mind, this accounts for all platforms, not just 360.
Yeah.
The only other 360 games I see on this list are NHL 13, which I did not expect to sell.
Surprising.
But with hockey, I mean, with the hockey lockout, there is no hockey this year. There's no NHL happening, so it makes sense that people would kind of live vicariously
Yeah,
through the
maybe.
game.
And also, it is a phenomenal game, by
Yes,
the way.
it's awesome.
It's
NHL 13.
it's an incredible hockey simulation.
I mean, so the secret with the NHL series is that it's EA's best sports game by
It
far
is.
every year.
I agree.
I mean, people don't really play hockey anymore or follow hockey. Like it's kind of a dying sport in the States. But that series is far and away the most superior.
I wouldn't say it's a dying sport in the States.
Well, it is
That's
now
going a
because
little far.
while it's locked out,
Yeah, it's
pretty
dead now.
Yeah.
NCAA football, Lego Batman 2, which I had no idea even came out that month. It didn't. It came out months ago.
It's a carryover. Yeah,
Wow.
it's charting again. So
That's amazing.
Those Lego games.
Same thing with NCAA football. It's
Yeah.
came out in July and it's still on here for September. So that's impressive.
Wow. That's insane. And Battlefield 3, which I assume charted because the premium edition came out in
Yeah,
September.
that's what I was going to say.
All right. So October predictions, gentlemen.
For
Number 1?
Yeah.
Assassin's
yeah.
3 has 48 hours in the spotlight.
Does it? You've confirmed that the reporting, because the reporting period is sometimes
It cuts
weird,
off at some
right?
point. Well, so let's assume that the reporting period cuts off the day before the end of the month. So if Assassin's is out on the 30th, it has 24 hours to sell. And I bet it is still the number 1 selling game of October.
I'm going to go with number 3. I don't think it's enough time. But,
I agree.
But I would want to see the pre-orders. And is there anything in October to go up against it? At
Borderlands
all?
will continue to sell,
Yeah.
especially with the DLC support.
Yeah.
But, well.
Is there anything being released in October besides
So-
Assassin's Creed that's big enough to even
I mean,
compete?
XCOM and Dishonored arguably not big
Yeah, I know.
enough,
Do we-
right?
do
They're
we-
good games.
sure.
But, the Doom 3 BFG edition, that's
No
a
way.
rehash.
No way,
so
that's
obviously
gonna
No
that,
one's
that
gonna
won't
buy
even
that shit.
that won't even chart.
Medal of Honor comes out on the 23rd.
I think that'll
Medal
do
of Honor will
well,
be up
but
there.
I
not,
agree.
not
Not
top-
number 1.
You know
no,
what?
no
charts
way.
well.
Can Assassin's Creed 3 really, take this limelight with 2 days, with 48 hours?
I bet it can do it. I bet it
Number
comes in
one?
at number 1.
You think it's number 1?
I bet it comes
we'll
in at
have
number
to
1.
remember that, listeners and
Remind
viewers.
us when it
Yeah,
comes to
remind us.
NPD next month.
And if Mitch is wrong, we will I don't
Flog
know.
him.
Yeah, flog him.
That sounds awful.
We'll make him drink raw egg, one raw
What?
egg.
Why? No. Eye of the tiger. I don't even like
like a
eggs.
Rocky montage.
Man.
You ever tried them raw? I mean,
All right, so we've touched on it a little bit. The Wallet Unlocked, the marketplace report. Mitchell, what can we spend our money on?
You can, this week available at retail, XCOM Enemy Unk. That's as far as my page goes.
You tore it in half
I did.
vertically.
Thank you,
there's the rest
Destin.
of it.
Yeah,
Don't
XCOM
rip mine in half. I need the
XCOM
information.
Enemy Unknown is available at retail this week, alongside Dishonored and Fable the Journey, all of which, according to IGN, you should play. All of those games are cool. Fable the Journey came in at, what, 7.2?
7.2.
7.2. It's
When did
one
Resident Evil 6 come out?
Who cares?
The beginning of the month.
Oh, okay.
Last week.
Yeah.
All right.
Dishonored is really awesome, you guys. It's really good.
I've just started. I'm only in the middle of the first assassination, and it was a little slow of a warm up for me because
Sure.
at the beginning of the game you're just escaping. It's sort of something of a it's linear. I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
So now that the first proper mission has started and I'm got free roam to do whatever I want, I'm
Yeah.
starting to be like, oh, okay, here we go.
Yep.
Feeling that thief vibe, which is what I was hoping to feel.
Yeah, lots of really great stealth. I love the powers. It's just supernatural enough to be interesting in the context of a stealth sim. I don't know, not really sim, but it's really good. At
Sandbox.
stealth. Sure.
Stealth sandbox.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
there's so many options, and the powers just enable you to take different paths and take advantage of different opportunities to take guys down, whether they're your targets or just enemies. Man, I love that game.
So many murder options. It sounds wonderful.
Yeah. And XCOM on consoles is actually it's really cool on 360. I've been playing on PC, but everyone who plays it on 360 is loving it.
Yeah, it's turn-based, and it plays fine with the gamepad. You're not really losing anything.
I mean, they engineered it specifically to work with gamepad. The interface is completely different on consoles. So they took it into account. They know who their audience is, and they engineered it in such a way that those people can, have a good time with it.
Hardcore game too, by the way.
So hard. It will. I've been
it
naming.
will F your mind.
I like challenging games.
Yeah, you
like,
love
that
it.
doesn't bug me at all.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I can't wait to be 10 hours into this campaign and fail.
When it's difficult because you need to figure out strategy,
Yeah.
that's great. When it's difficult because the mission structure is crap, then it's not so fun.
Yeah. Naughty Bear Panic in Paradise is on XBLA this week.
I might have to check that out.
I know that Colin Moriarty is also excited. He's a big fan.
Yeah.
Worms Revolution is available. I checked that out a few months ago for preview, and it was cool. It's class-based multiplayer in Worms, which is new.
It's a me, Wormio. No,
That's not a character. I don't think that's a character.
could be.
Not in there?
Yeah.
You need
It
more
could
of
be
a
if you do
Scottish
the
accent.
voices for it.
But the big one for this week is The Walking Dead episode 4. Around every corner.
Yeah.
Please just don't say anything about it.
Don't say
No,
anything. I'm playing
play
it tonight.
So I finished it. Play it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's the best episode yet.
Fi-
It's so good.
Ladies and gentlemen, $5 for this.
$5.
Yeah, that's so cheap.
Buy it. Don't be silly. If you haven't played Walking Dead, go back right now. Stop listening. Never listen to this podcast again until you have played through Walking Dead 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then email us at unlocked@ign.com. Let us know what you think. So on the marketplace, Trials Evolution Origin of Pain DLC is also $5. I don't know anything about this pack except that it's more tracks.
It's a lot more trials, which is never a bad thing.
Correct. And then there's also a bunch of discounts on stuff like Double Fine games, Stacking Costume Quest, and
Oh yeah, all Double Fine stuff was on sale.
yes, it's all $5. I think,
What?
for those
Yeah.
games?
$5.
So Costume Quest, Halloween's coming up. No time like the present.
It's true.
And then there's also demos for Forza Horizon, Dance Central, and if you want to check out XCOM, then there's a demo for that.
Which you should play.
Yeah, I mean, grab all of those demos because all of those games are pretty cool.
What if I don't have a Connect?
Because
I
you
mean,
live in San Francisco and don't have enough
my
room
reaction
for one.
if it was anything else, would be like, oh, you got to buy one. But I'm like, well,
Well,
you can go
You'll be
either
okay.
way.
You're gonna be all right.
Yeah. Well, just download 2 or 3.
Okay.
Save some hard drive space.
All right. Short break, and Mitchell Dyer, I think, is going to come up with some reader mailbag questions.
We'll see what we can do. We'll see if my email's working.
All right.
You got a new message. Here on a podcast all about Microsoft getting very busy talking about 360. Now let's hear what you told us in the Mailbox Unlocked.
That's our first mailbag in quite some time. Mitch operating off of his iPhone 4, which is, of course, the ideal way to read reader emails.
Yeah, it's better than bringing up paper that I can just destroy.
Mitch, stop it.
That's a tree,
Being
dude.
bad.
That
It
was a
was.
tree that you have just disrespected.
Now it's a corpse.
a
so-
tropes.
You're disrespecting Ryan's hard work of pressing print.
Yeah.
3 copies.
So the only email that my phone will bring up, I have a folder on my Outlook so that I can categorize all of your unlocked emails, so we can store them all in one place. I can bring them up. We can read them all. You guys can contribute to the conversation. Unlocked@ign.com. Throw us your emails. Contribute to topics like we talked about today, like when big news happens, like Cliff Bleszinski leaving Epic, or things like that. Send us emails about it. We want to know your thoughts. We will. It's very easy for me, if my email is working, to bring up your emails and throw in your thoughts during the podcast. But today, we have one email
All right.
from
Well,
our
let's hear
boy,
it.
Nick Hanneman, who his subject line is, "Why is XCOM so hard?" And his text is Jake Solomon a bitter man who wants to spite the rest of us? I would argue that that's possible, but Jake Solomon seems like way too pleasant of a fellow to be this sadistic.
You know what was
How
funny?
is this his game?
I was sent a link to a YouTube video that they made with the lead designer, Jake Solomon, of XCOM Enemy Unknown, where
Just
he actually
laughing maniacally.
Well, no, it's better than that. He goes undercover into a video game store and tries to get people to buy XCOM, to get them to pre-order it. So he's explaining to moms, to gamers, to anybody about XCOM and trying to sell them on it. And so it's funny. You're like, they're kind of saying dumb things to what he has to say. And but what I cracked up at, which I don't think was supposed to be funny, and I'm not sure that 2K even realizes this, but at the end of the video, he hasn't convinced anyone to buy the game.
The entire video, it's weird because the entire video, it's him failing to convince people that a turn-based strategy game where you can fail after 10 hours and have to start over that he sucks at convincing them it's a good thing, because that's a really hard sell. But I swear to God, you guys, play XCOM. It's awesome.
Try the demo. There's no excuse, right? When there's a demo up, just give it a go.
Yeah. And man, people in the Unlocked Facebook group, which you can join. I don't know the actual like facebook.com/blah blah blah.
Google.com.
Google.com/
type in
Facebook Podcast Unlocked. You can go there, join that group. There's like every day there's like awesome conversation about like people playing Borderlands, people getting excited about Assassins, discussing games. They have an Extra Life going right now. They're raising money to heal them sick kids all across the world. They're global now. That audience there. So join that. Talk to like-minded Unlocked fans.
And what's our podcast email address again?
That is unlocked@ign.com. Tell us what you think of Dishonored, what you think of news, what you think of XCOM, what you think of Fable the Journey.
What you think of Resident Evil 6? Do you like it? Do you hate it?
Who likes that game?
What do you think of Ryan's shirt? Let us know.
It's green. It brings out my eyes, Destin. Come on.
True, it does.
He's wearing team colors. So that's the one email I can possibly read right now.
All right. Well, we'll take another shot at the mailbag next week when Mitch actually has
we have this
functioning
bonus question.
technology. Well, we're going to get to that. That's the unlock block.
Let's do it.
Which we'll be right back with right after this.
Unlock block. Can you take on the challenge?
So I had to go digging a little bit through the Podcast Unlocked email box. And
All right.
finally came to a question for you guys, a trivia question, of course, from Matt Murphy up in your neck of the woods, Calgary.
Hey, that's my hometown.
Well, look at that.
I live there.
You probably know this guy.
Yeah.
Then. I mean, really,
It's my cousin.
Yeah, just say hi to each other at the grocery store and
Yeah.
stuff.
We have sleepovers in his igloo
You'd hunt moose together,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Burn whale
while
fat.
riding our
Stay
polar
warm.
bears.
So he sent a question which was like, it's all right. It was I forget what it was about. Oh, it was about our top 25
Right.
and the Metacritic scores of those games. And I actually liked his bonus question better. So while this isn't a multiple choice, because really, if it were a multiple choice, it would lead you in maybe a direction, the correct direction, which I don't want to do. I want you guys to just guess this or see if you know it.
Okay.
So Matt Murphy tasks you guys with answering the following trivia question. Which Xbox 360 game holds the single highest Metacritic score? What do you think?
So
It's tough. I think I can narrow it down to 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
I'm going to let Mitch say whatever
All
he's
right.
going to say.
So with this Rockstar collection, Rockstar was very specific to point out that Grand Theft Auto 4, the highest rated game on Metacritic, is part of the, that game's epic conclusion is available on this disc. So I would not have guessed that having not read that, but let's see if they're right. I'm going to say GTA 4.
Okay.
Okay, so
Destin?
I'm torn between Halo Reach, which rated really well, so I guess that one's out, and Gears of War 1. Gears of War 1 did really well also, so one of the Gears of War games. 3, you know what, I'm just going to say Gears of War 1 because I'm just trying to think of like mega franchises that just reviewed really well and had a lot of reviews. But Grand Theft Auto 4 is a pretty good one. Pretty good guess.
I'm a little surprised that neither one of you brought up BioShock 1,
Yeah.
very highly rated game, or Mass Effect 1.
Mass Effect would have been the
Well,
one I said if I didn't say
I didn't bring up
GTA.
Mass Effect 1 because I know it's not number 1.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Well
the only reason
then.
I didn't bring it up.
Right.
Mitch, the timing of today's Rockstar collection serves you well. It is, in fact, Grand
Yeah.
Theft Auto 4, the highest.
When you said that, I was like, you're probably right.
Thanks, Simon.
So well done, Matt Murphy. If you like, I will get you a copy of Guitar Hero Van Halen. And or if you have Ghost Recon Future Soldier, I have DLC download codes if you'd like one of those. So I'll be in touch soon. Or
We're swimming in those.
I think so. Go ahead and email me in case I get super busy and forget, which is like a 90% chance.
Yeah.
So feel free to reach out. Unlocked@ign.com.
Which is where you can also send your trivia questions.
Yes, exactly.
Put
So,
unlock blocked in the subject line.
Unlock block.
It's like a weird tongue twister, but it's also just like
Unlocked.
You just
block.
unlock blocked. I don't
Is
even
it-
know how to pronounce
Is it unlock block or
Yes.
unlocked block?
the first one.
Okay,
Unlock
Yeah.
block.
UNLOCK BLOCK.
we're a little low on trivia questions, so we need some good ones. So that
Yeah.
means you've got a good chance to win if you send one in. Send me a good one. So yeah, Xbox trivia question with 4 multiple choice answers. Note the correct one in your email. Please include your full name, full mailing address, and if you'd like it read on the air, your gamer tag. We can share it, and you can make some new friends on Xbox Live. So, well done, Matt Murphy, and well done, Mitchell Dyer.
Yeah, good job, Mitch. Cheating bastard.
I did have a cheat sheet in the form of a press release.
So, that takes us to the end of the show, which means plugs. What are we doing on IGN these days? Destin, what have you been up to that we should be watching and checking out?
We just finished the Borderlands 2 wiki where we have every side quest and every main mission in video form.
And the interactive map stuff, too, is up now, right?
Yeah, we just launched the interactive maps, which are amazing and can help you get some of the tougher achievements, like exploring every single nook and cranny and like.
So
finding
what
all the
are they?
areas
Like
and
you
stuff
go
like
on
that.
IGN and it shows you like a top down of the map, and you can actually click on spots and does it tell you? Like there's a quest
what's
there, or
where the
what's-
quests are,
That's
like
cool.
interesting points, stuff like that. Our interactive maps are pretty phenomenal.
Sounds
So,
rad.
Yeah.
Mhm. Especially for a game like that too.
Yeah, we had one for Skyrim also, and it's like we have an iPhone app for Skyrim and stuff. We don't have that yet for Borderlands, but yeah, I mean it's pretty great stuff.
Love it.
Yeah.
I
Mitch?
have the Dance Central review going up on Monday. You'll see the video review there. You get to see me dancing. That'll be
Oh,
great.
I'm
You can
totally
really look
clicking
forward
that.
You
to
doing the
that.
dances moves?
I'm doing the dances moves.
I'm excited.
I'm learning dance moves from Usher. And then I'm working on the Medal of Honor review slowly but surely. Waiting for that review code. But in the meantime, I'm playing a lot of the beta, which is
A game?
It's a video game. Email us your
Embargo.
thoughts about the Medal of... No, it's not under embargo. That's open. Like people listening to this can play it.
And feel sad inside?
Unlocked at IGN.com. Let us know what you think of the Medal of Honor beta.
Yeah.
Because I'm genuinely curious what the reaction is to it.
What's
of
your
course-
reaction? How do you feel?
Shrug.
Really? It's
Yeah.
just meh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
It's-
like this is crap. It's just
No,
like
it's,
eh.
I don't dislike it. Just
Yeah.
it doesn't move the
It's-
needle for me at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. And I've, as I mentioned earlier, just posted the Fable: The Journey review, which is, it's one of the rare legitimate attempts at a core gamers game for Kinect, and it actually largely succeeds. So, if you're curious what that entails, check out that review. And hell, it's never too early to start plugging November 1st, when the clock strikes November.
Or stew.
From Halloween,
I like stew.
when Halloween ends. What?
You said
don't-
stew, and now I'm hungry. Sorry. Anyway, I'm fat.
Anyway, I'm fat.
Moving on.
Oh man, when Halloween ends and the clock strikes November 1st, 12:01 a.m. Pacific time, you want to be on IGN because you're gonna want to read, watch, consume our epic Halo 4 review and the 6 million pieces and facets that will entail. It is the one. If you're listening to this podcast, it is the one thing that you've been waiting to see on IGN all year, and it will shock you. It will delight you. It will. I've already Mitch, you and I have already talked about
Yeah,
this.
a little bit.
Of course, I don't know what I'm going to give the game yet, but I know
You're in danger territory. You
Well,
gotta
no-
be careful what you say.
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm
So,
just saying
yeah.
it doesn't matter what I give it. If I give it a 4, if I give it an 8, if I give it a 10, if I give it an 11 out of 10, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. It's gonna be. I'm gonna get yelled at by so many
Oh.
people
Oh,
in the
yeah,
comments,
yeah.
and
And then I'll play and I'll go back to the comments like, you idiots! This is the wrong score.
so I look forward to that. But yeah, no. Halo 4 review midnight, November 1st. So
I
get
can't
ready
wait
for that.
I can't wait to tackle that game. Like it's great.
I need to dig into stuff. I
Yeah.
can't wait till we get builds. I'm gonna destroy it. Can I take that day off? Like when we get builds, can I just go?
Well, no, because we're gonna be. It's on the clock. We're doing that on the clock.
We might as well capture the whole thing.
Yeah.
No, so
Play some
I'll-
co-op.
I'm
you
doing
just
that
have to
too.
do it
and-
here.
Crank
yeah.
through it on Legendary.
Just no.
Oh, man,
we put up a
we
put
could
up a big
all play
wall.
Legendary co-op. Oh man, that's gonna be so awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I can't
Yeah.
wait.
All right. Anyway, so that's that. Follow us on Twitter at IGN. Of course, is your main feed where we'll send out all the biggest headlines and things as they happen throughout the day. You can follow Mr. Legary here at Destin Legary, at Mitchy D for Mitchell Dyer, and I am at DMC_Ryan. on Twitter. I love 99% of my Twitter followers. Most of you are awesome.
Hey,
This podcast is also at Podcast Unlocked.
Yes.
I have a fun thing. If you think you can come up with a better Twitter handle for me, tweet it at me. If
At
you can
Destin.
Yeah. Well,
At Destin.
Destin's pretty difficult.
Just say at Destin.
Somebody has Destin.
What?
Destin, Florida probably has Destin.
At I'm fat, according to what you just said. Which is totally a
D.
lie, by the way.
McFatty.
Oh, man.
God, this is about to get real dark.
No, this is...
Because I'm going to start chiming in too. Let's close this podcast with our self-confidence still intact.
Let's get out of here. Most of you subscribe to this podcast on iTunes through the iTunes feed, of course, totally free to you. Thank you for doing that. Continue to do so. Zune Marketplace, we also exist there. Is that going to become Xbox Music soon? I don't
Oh,
even
God.
know. I don't even understand what's going on. So anyway, if you have a Microsoft device, connect to your Microsoft Store thing, and we're on there.
Yeah.
And, of course, we post the shows as well at IGN.com. And thanks to Destin, you can watch us on YouTube as well.
And
IGN.com.
If you wanted to... Oh, so let's see. Yeah, I'm over here.
You're over there.
Yeah.
That's the group shot.
Hey.
I'm editing all that out.
All right. That's it. Episode 73 is in the books. For Mitch Dyer and Destin Legary, I'm Ryan McCaffrey. Thank you very much, and we will see you guys on next week's show.